I love you, Allah.
We are witnessing a tragedy at a global scale, the likes of which we could never have imagined even a week ago, much less a month ago or a year ago. Around the globe, what we are seeing of shutting down of cities, of shutting down of masajid, of the fear, of the great trepidation that is afflicting all of us. If this is not going to cause us to stop in our tracks, if this is not going to cause us to reflect and to ponder and to think, then what is ever going to cause us to change? Dear Muslims, today's khutbah that I'm going to give, and it is a symbolic khutbah. I have never in my life given a khutbah to an audience and a masjid that is this empty. It is a symbolic khutbah. It is being given to remind ourselves, to remind the ummah that there is a reason why this is happening. Dear Muslims, we need to understand what Allah Azza wa Jal tells us in the Quran. Surah Al-Anfal, verse 53. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّ اللَّهَ لَمْ يَغُ مُغَيِّرًا نِعْمَةً أَنْعَمَهَا عَلَىٰ قَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ وَأَنَّ اللَّهَ سَمِيعٌ عَلِيمٌ. That is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never take away a blessing that He has gifted to a people. Allah will never lift up a blessing that He has gifted to the people unless and until they change something in themselves. The blessing of peace, the blessing of security, the blessing of going about wherever we wanted to go, the blessing of society, all of this has been lifted up and it has been replaced with a fear, with an uncertainty. It has been replaced with death being close to us. And Allah Azza wa Jal does not change the status of a people until they change what is in themselves. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah does not change the status of a qawm until they have changed themselves. وَإِذَا أَرَادَ اللَّهُ بِقَوْمٍ سُوءًا فَلَا مَرَدَّ لَهُ. And when Allah wills to inflict a punishment upon a people, no one can come between Allah and Allah's punishment. وَمَا لَهُمْ min dunihi min wal. And they have no one to turn to for protection other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing will protect me and you. Nothing will save me and you other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now is the time to ask ourselves, why is this happening? Why are khutbahs being given in empty masajid? Why are masjids being shut down? Why is commerce and industry coming to an end when we thought we had reached our pinnacle, when we thought we had come to the top of civilization? In an instance, بَيْنَ عَشِيَّةٍ وَضُحَاهَا, between a morning and an afternoon, everything changed upon us. And Allah Azza wa Jal sent upon us a plague, a disease that no one could have predicted and no one even knows how to protect themselves against. Why is this happening? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us in the Quran, ظهر الفساد في البر والبحر بما كسبت أيدي الناس ليذيقهم بعض الذي عملوا ولعلهم يرجعون. Allah has caused fasad, which is fitna, which is a type of evil, which is a type of trial and tribulation. Allah has caused chaos to spread in this earth. Why? بِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِ النَّاسِ. Because of what we ourselves have done. It is the effects of our own selves. This is something that we don't hear too many people say. It is something that is politically incorrect to say. It is something that hardly any preacher of any religion says. And when they say it, they are mocked and made fun of. That does not change the reality. Why is this happening to us? Allah does not send upon people plagues and diseases unless there is something that they have collectively done. Hasan al-Basri, the famous tabi'i, he commented on this verse and he said, because of their own sins, Allah sends fitna and fasad down. Because of what they have done, Allah sends down plagues and calamities. Dear Muslims, it is never too late to return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The last thing that we need now is the sin of arrogance, the sin of feeling we don't need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we want this problem to be solved, and all of us do, collectively, Muslims and people of other faith traditions, they need to rediscover religiosity. They need to collectively turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They need to beg and plead and understand this life has a higher purpose than just living like animals. We need Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah does not need us.